Right, let's start today's session. So in the last lecture, we were discuss about how to create what we can say DJANGO project. Okay, so how to create DJANGO project and how to create models. We clearly discuss just all the settings we discussed clearly. Let me open today. So PyCharm professional editor again. Yes. So this is not your project. And let me open the project which I created in the last lecture. So click on file menu in PyCharm professional editor, go to open and choose the file project location. And I created project in desktop like DJANGO 8 p.m. folder and DJANGO 8 p.m. project location here. After opening this DJANGO project, so you need to activate your virtual environment. Now you can see here, these are the virtual environment activation. So //my-env/scripts/activate. So this is virtual environment activation. And if you want to run the server, simply python space manage.py run server. And server is running clearly, no issues. The successful message we are getting, like the install worked successfully. Okay, now in today's session, I'm going to discuss first the basic feature of DJANGO. So what are the basic features of DJANGO and topmost websites DJANGO implementation. So topmost website which are implemented by DJANGO, I'll discuss. First, what are the basic features of DJANGO means? These are the features. So basic features of DJANGO. Let me explain. So features of DJANGO. Features of DJANGO. So the first feature of DJANGO is rapid development. Yes, rapid application development. Rapid application development. So what is rapid application development? DJANGO was designed with the intention to make the framework which takes less time to build web application. Less time to build a web application means at faster rate development is possible. So rapid application development means faster rate of development. Why? Because all the built-in resources are available in the framework. That's what application implementation is quickly possible. This is rapid application development. Next basic feature is secure. So DJANGO takes security and helps developers to avoid many common security mistakes like SQL server injection attacks or else cross-site request forgery, CSRF token. So in the authentication system provides a secure way to manage user accounts and passwords. So everything will be securely send your request to the server and also response also will come in secured way. So that's what security wise, no need to worry because every post request is recommended to use CSRF token, cross-site request forgery. So that will avoid the forgery your request when we send from client to server. So fully secured implementation is there in DJANGO. And next, scalable in nature. DJANGO is completely scalable in nature and it is having the ability to quickly and flexibly switch from small scale application to large scale application. That is scalable in nature. And the fourth feature is fully loaded. Yes, fully loaded means DJANGO includes various modules and libraries which can be used to handle common web development tasks. So DJANGO takes care of user authentication and content administration and everything will take care built in. So fully loaded means all the libraries are loaded, all the task is implementation, authentication system, security system, fully loaded means no need to write any code from our end, means programmer end. So it is fully loaded. Next, versatile. Versatile means different. So Django generally can be used for web application development, but in the web application development also, lot of different domains applications we can develop. Django versatile in nature, which allows it to build application for different domains. Nowadays, companies are using Django to build various types of applications like content management system, social media networking, and the staff scientific computing platforms. Okay, and the e-commerce websites and any kind of like mm, a payroll management system. Okay, so different domain applications implementations are possible with Django. That is what we can say. Django is completely versatile. Next, Django is open source. Open source. Django is an open source web application Python based framework. I said it is publicly available without any cost. It can be downloaded with secured source code from the public repository, and open source reduces the total cost of the application development. So the code is clearly available in the official documentation. So from there we can able to get the code. Or else if you have a Django is having vast and support communities there, vast and supported communities there, you can collect from them the code. So you can able to provide your code. So exchanging the code is possible because it's having vast and supported communities available. Django is one of the most popular web framework. It is having widely supportive community and channels to share your content. So these are the basic features of Django. And sir, what are the topmost companies like popular web applications which are developed by using Python and Django? Okay, popular web applications which are developed by using Python and Django. First one is YouTube. Yes, for video streaming and image handling. Okay, everything Django with Python script is needed. Next, Dropbox. This site also still maintained by Django with Python. You know that. Instagram. These are the popular web applications. Instagram and Mozilla. Earlier, Mozilla was implemented with PHP, but now it was migrated into Django. It's going to be maintained with Django application based. Next, Spotify. So this also completely designed with Django. And what we can say, Pinterest. This also implemented by Django. These are the popular websites. And Quora. So this is the popular website. When we have a query, you can pass it, and these people will give the answers for your questions. So these are the popular website web applications which are developed using Python and Django. So these are the basic features, and these are the popular web applications which are developed using Django. Now it's time to discuss about our project hierarchy, project structure. So in the last lecture, we introduced you in the MVT pattern model template view. I included just models. Look at this model creation is over, student model. And this model we can able to manage in different places. Now, what are the places means? You can see database one is. So I have already included database, my app underscore student, edit data. This also we can maintain. Or else you can able to manage your database table in admin py also, in DB browser for SQLite. Now you can see DB browser for SQLite and use DB browser for SQLite tool, and database, open database. And your project is located where, sir? On desktop, and the project location is this is. Now you can see. Give me 1 second. Django 8 p.m. Project folder is this one, and database is db.sqlite3. Now we open this. Now you can see my app underscore student is a table, browse table. Now you can see we got this ID, name, address, mail, age. So this is the management of your table. Here we can manage, and at the same time, here also we can manage from PyCharm editor. Database option is there, and there is one more possible way also there. I'll tell you now. Okay. Right now you can see the project application files are different: admin.py, apps.py, models.py, test.py, views.py. And next, project level files are different: asga.py, settings.py, urls.py, wsga.py. I would like to discuss one by one clearly. You just wait. So first you can see, first file is what you know in this project hierarchy. So manage.py, sir. Very important file, manage.py. This manage.file is used basically as a command line utility. Yes, this manage.py is used basically as a command line utility, and it is for debugging or deploying or running of our web application. So to run our web application, generally what we can use, sir? Python space manage.py run server only I'm using. This is the command. No? So manage.py file is important file. So every time to run the server, Python space manage.py only we use. If you want to create a project also, DJANGO-admin, start project name. If you want to create an application, Python space manage.py start app, your application. So manage.py is mandate. What is there in this manage.py? It's there in the main method. Now you can see main method is there in the manage.py. The moment when we use manage.py, automatically main method will execute, and in this main method configuration is what? Django project 8 p.m. settings only. So that's what we have to use manage.py. So this is the command line utility, okay, for running and debugging your Django projects are exactly. This is manage.py. And what is run server here? Run server. This command is used to run the server for our web application. This command is used to run the server for our web application. So this is commonly used. And next you can see this, the migrations are there, you know, migrations. In this by application, migrations are there. What is migration? So already we discussed in the last lecture, after migration, migration file is also created. So why migration means? This is used for applying the changes done to our models into database. So that is, if we take any changes to our database, then we use migrate command. So this is the every time whenever we create model in models.py, this model name through, if you want to create a table or if you want to generate a migration file, then we can use migrations. So make migration is the command, Python space manage.py make migration. Make migration is done to apply new migrations that have been carried out due to the changes in the database. So any model file if you prepare, so if you want to create a table with this name or making migration files, then migrations folder is required. Migrations are required. Automatically migration file name 0001 initial.py. And if we have one more model, one more migration file will create 0002.py. Like this, this is migration. And here init.py is there, that is common. So init means initialization file. It's called package actually. This file should be empty, no. So no need to write any logic code in this case. We won't be do any changes to this file. This file remains empty and it is present there only to tell that this particular directory is a package only. So only tell that this particular directory is a package. So that's what package consideration purpose. Here init is there, in the project level also init is there here. So this is called one package, this is called one package like this. So just for considering the package purpose, we use init. Next, settings.py. So it is very crucial files. This file is present for adding all the applications and all the middleware applications present, and it is having the information about templates and databases also. Overall, this is the main file for our Django web application. Now in settings.py, you can see Database configuration is there and slowly come down. Template configuration also we did. Again, slowly come down. Middleware applications we have included. These are all built-in middlewares. And application also installed here. This is your application name, my app here. Application also installed. Okay. It's called package. Use of init means initialization. So do you know about Python packages? So same like that. Normally any folder if we create, it's a package folder. It's not a normal folder. So that is init.py. Automatically whenever we target any files, it will be initialized, but it should be empty only. We cannot able to include anything. This file is there in the folder means this is called package folder. It's not a normal folder. That is indication. Now in settings.py, we need to install applications and we need to do configurations. This settings.py file is a global file for our project. Yes, global file for our total project is settings.py. Okay. Yes. Next, urls.py. Yes, URLs are very, very important. Okay, URLs are very, very important because if we want to open any website, what URL we can give? Generally, any website if you want to open. So this is the URL, http://www.flipkart.com website. This is URL. And URL is having resources. If you want to visit mobiles, then you can see mobiles. In this flipkart.com website, I'm visiting mobiles. This mobiles is nothing but what you know. It's a called endpoint or resource or URL name also we can call it as. URLs of our web applications handles the URL names. This file has the list of all the endpoints that we will have for our website. This is called endpoint or resource or URL name. So that means you are visiting flipkart.com for mobile accessories. So you can see this is called endpoint. Same like URL configuration is required here. But where is URL right now? See, by default, only project level URLs are there here, urls.py. But there is no urls.py in application level. Later, we can include application level URLs also. So why URLs means generally this URL is nothing but just you can see double click on URLs. URLs are there here. You can expand this URL patterns are there. First time this is the default URL pattern is what sir? Admin. So if you want to go to admin panel, yes, it is possible. You can hit the URL address admin means it will go to admin panel. Let's try with this URL. So how to go to URL? So Python space manage.py run server. After run server, you will get this link now. Click on this. Now you can see here, I'm trying to move to admin panel. /admin is my endpoint or resource name. Once I click on /admin, it is asking DJANGO administration, username and password. But do you have any username and password? No. So what I can do, I can create one user and password. So I need admin user means super user. Yes, in DJANGO project, we need to create a super user. Super user is nothing but admin user. How to create super user? Yes, simple sir. Python space manage.py create super user. This is the command. Super user means what? Admin user only. Python space manage.py create super user. I'm hitting this. Automatically, it will ask you to leave the blank, to use Mohan as a super user. It is asking. If you want to prepare Mohan as a super user, then you can leave it. Otherwise, I can go for super user name is, for example, what we can say, our super user name is any name I'm taking. Mukesh I'm taking, for example. Mukesh is the super user. Just and email address is optional. It is not required. You can give this name. Password also I'm giving Mukesh as per my convenience. Password will not type, sir. Don't expect that. It's there. Now, the moment when we type this password is too similar to the username. This password is too short. It must contain at least 8 characters. This password is too common. And anyway, bypass password validation and create user anyway means you can prepare yes. Y means yes. Yes, first super user created successfully, sir. Once super user created successfully, you have username and password, no? Yes, Python space manage.py, run server again. Now we can visit admin URL through. So it will ask admin panel account username and password, but I'm using administrative panel username and password, and I have a just now created super user now, so I can enter that Mukesh is the username, password is also Mukesh. Now click on login. Now you can see this is what DJANGO administrative panel, and welcome to Mukesh user is there. And if he wants to change his password, you can click on it. If you want to log in, log out it. And now you can see user details also there. Mukesh user details are there. But sir, in this DJANGO administrative panel, where these user details are stored in database, yes, these user details always will stored in separate tables, sir. You know, in the last lecture, when we do make migrations, built-in tables are created, like around 12 tables created. In the 12 tables, now you can see one was the important table is auth underscore user is there, authentication user table. Right click on it and edit data. That details are present. Just now I created Mukesh user name, password, last login, is super user status. One means yes, super user he is. Username is Mukesh, last name not provided, email provided, is staff status member. One means that is active user, one means correct. Zero means not active, first name like this. These are all the details which are present in this which table, authentication, auth underscore user table clear. Okay. In case in the admin panel, user wants to change his details, he can change his details. Now you can see Mukesh username, and if he wants to give the first name, he can give the first name, like Mukesh is the first name. Last name, Kumar I'm taking. So these changes I'm doing, and click on save changes, and automatically Mukesh details are going to be affected. Even this also included into this table, sir. Main table, authentication, user table, first name is affected, last name is affected, like this. So any super user details or admin user details will be present in authentication underscore user table. It's a built-in table only. Okay. Now super user through I can able to join into admin panels. So now this is what URLs address. I'm showing that URLs. So why URL means this is the endpoint. Later you can prepare your own URLs also, not a problem. I'll include that own URLs. But sir, what is admin.py file? Look at this. There is a my application admin.py file is there. What is admin.py file? Before admin.py file, I want to discuss about WSGI, ASGI. These two files will complete it. These are very simple files. We don't do much more in ASGI py or WSGI.py. So here WSGI stands for Web Server Gateway Interface. What is WSGI? Web Server Gateway Interface. This file mainly concerns with the WSGI server, and it is used for deploying our applications onto the servers like Apache's, IIS, etc. WSGI is a web server gateway interface, and this server we cannot use at this moment. In the context of Flask, we use WSGI server, but right now I'm going to use completely built-in DJANGO web development server. And there is one more server is there like ASGI, asynchronous gateway interface. Asynchronous gateway interface means this is another one. In the new DJANGO frameworks, new versions of DJANGO framework, generally we find ASGI. So ASGI is the what we can say better than previous one, that is WSGI. So that's why WSGI now being increasingly replaced by ASGI. So ASGI can be considered as a successor interface to the WSGI. So ASGI means asynchronous communication, WSGI means synchronous communication. There are two communications will be happen from client to server. Asynchronous communication means maximum portion of the request will be processed at client side only. Minimum portion request will be processed by server side. Synchronous communication like WSGI means total request will be processed by server. So client need to be wait much more time, because after completion of process by the server only, you will get response. So that's what ASGI is, the successor version of WSGI. In the latest version of DJANGO, generally we use ASGI, not WSGI. As of now, just we don't use this ASGI. So you just remain, this file should be empty. We won't do any changes much more here. So these are all project level files. And coming to the in the application level files, we talk about migrations. We talk about we need to discuss about, we talk about models, and we need to discuss about admin. Sir, why admin.py? This admin.py file, whenever I open this, now you can see they are saying what? Register your models. Register your models. So why we need to register the models here? Generally, admin.py file, the name suggests this file is used for registering the models into the DJANGO administrative panel. The models that are present have a super user or admin who can control the information that is being stored. Means in admin panel, once you register your model, that models who can control super user only. Because if you want to go with admin panel, you need to provide username and password. That's the reason. If you register your models here in admin panel, these tables will be represented into administrative panel only. So there are three options are there. If you want to manage your model, you can go to database option in the PyCharm professional editor, or else you can use DB browser for SQLite, or else you can use admin.py file also. In the administrative panel also, we can able to represent our tables. So how to represent our tables into admin panel means, look at this. In admin.py file, register your models here. How to register my model means this is admin.site.register. Your model name is student. But student model is there? No. Look at this. Student model is present in where? Models.py. But how student class is available to the admin.py? Because we need to import. In Python concepts, we use modules. How to import the modules? Like from your application name is myapp.models. Import what model I'm importing? Student model. So the student model is coming from where? Application name.models. Models.py is the folder name. This folder is present in my app. So now this is clear. Error is gone, sir. Once you register this admin.site.register student model, okay, now you can go to admin panel. Okay, let's restart the server. First, restart the server. After that, admin panel you can visit, and you can see this when we go to home. Automatically, this is your application and student model is included or not. Because in admin.py, we register the model. That model is appearing into here only. But while appearing the model name here, it will be represent a plural name. Your model name is student means students. Your model name is employee means employees. So this is model. Look at the student model. Do you want to add one record of the student? You can add record. Name is name of the student, address of the student, mail of the student, and age of the student. Save this. Once the moment I save, now you can see this how the record is representing student object one. Even if you add one more record, name of the student. So by default in admin panel, the student records or any records are represented as an object. So that means every record is called as one object. But same, this is in admin.py file, but you can see in this DB browser for SQLite table format only there, your details. Even in the database folder also, your myapp underscore student table, you can see here also table format is there. Yes. Sir, can we insert the data here only instead of admin.py file? Yes, we can insert here only, sir. You can see plus symbol, and you can insert one more student details like name and address and mail. And here also I'm taking yes. But you want to insert this, you have to click on arrow mark, green arrow mark up, submit button. Third record is inserted here. And the same impact will be there in the DB browser for SQLite. And the same impact will be there in the admin panel also. Once you click on students, third record student is inserted. But the representation, how it is in admin panel means object only, sir. Every record, every student record is considered as one object. So once I click on the student object 3, student object 2 means student object 2. But sir, this is not good practice because you don't know which record for which student related. So in that context, if you want to represent a records, student records with the name, then You can go to simply models.py. In this model, one simple Python function, you can use it. That function name is df underscore underscore str string and return self dot what name. So I am representing my student record with the name. So this string representation. Now, once you restart the server and you just go to admin panel and refresh the student, now this time you can see student name through record is represented. When we click on student name Tarun, Tarun record will come. We can go back. When we click on Sai, Sai, at least you can get clarity which record, which student record it is. Compared to previous one, this is better. But can we represent the student IDs also? Yes. So ID where it is there? Yes, ID is there. Look at this in the migration file previously. I have shown clearly ID is automatically generated when we do make migration. This is generated by ORM tool, object relational mapper. But this ID through, when we represent the record, what is the problem? You know, when we go to admin panel, ID through it will generate, but when we click on ID, it will give errors. Type error at admin my app student tree change. Why type error? Because it's an integer type. So if you want to avoid this error, simply we need to convert this into string in the model, string self.id. Now this time you can see it will work fine, sir. Even though ID is there, that I converted into string. So third number record, it's coming clear. Second number record, it's coming clear. But still, sir, I don't want to represent my records with ID numbers or my records with the name like this. I don't want to represent the name or ID. Same how it is presenting in the database, okay, like DB browser, how it is table structure. Even in the PyCharm editor, how it is representing table structure. Same structure I want to represent my tables into admin panel also. What can I do means simply in this here right now student name through records are representing, but I want to represent the table format. How to do means in admin.py we have to adjust it. How to adjust is Jesus. We need to create model admin class student admin. It's my class name. It should be inherited from admin.modelAdmin. Model admin is having a property called list display. This list display is having list format. What columns you want to display? You can name, address, okay, address, next mail, next what? Age. So now this time you can see, even though we have a model admin class, student admin, admin.modelAdmin, this list display is represent this column names into admin panel clearly table format. So even though if I add a model admin class, no Google Classroom, no Google Drive, I will share complete documentation. So now coming to this, even though I represent this model admin class, if I want to make this table format in admin panel, okay, coding, everything is there in my PDF. I'll send the PDF, you can go through it. This coding and application and step by step, it's there, everything, whatever I discuss in the class, it is there in the PDF. Now, even though here I represent, but still it is not in table format. Why? Because the reason is, you know, this is only you have registered model name, but what is student admin? It's a model admin class. So you have to use student comma student admin also. Then it represent what, you know, this table is completely, this records completely represent into table format. Look at this name, address, mail, age. Same like table representation we bring or not. So that means what I can say, whatever you do changes in admin.py, it is affecting administrative panel. How you want to display your tables in administrative panel, here we have to decide admin.py file. So this is what register your model. So admin.site.register student model name, student admin, model admin class. So registration two types. Either you can go with this registration or we can go with sometimes decorator registration. You know, in Python, we discuss already decorator. Decorator name starts with @. So admin.register and model name is student. So either you can use this one because student to model I am assigning to student admin. Okay. Or else we can go for this one. It is a normal registration and this is decorator registration. Both are working fine, sir. So this is the way to manage your tables into admin panel. So look at this. The order is name, address, mail, age. This order, why? Because you have mentioned the order. If we change the order, for example, first only address I'm taking, next what I'm taking, name here, next here age I'm taking, next last mail I'm taking. What order you follow here in administrative panel, admin.py file, same order will represent your model database into admin panel. Look at this. Address first, age second, name third, mail last. Sir, can we display ID also here? Yes, why not? Look at this. ID also I'm taking. ID, comma. So making changes, name is okay first, address is next, mail, next, finally age. So this is my order, sir. What order you follow, same order it will impact on your admin panel. So students means here ID number, ascending, descending also possible. So this is one more option you have, how to represent your table into administrative panel. That's what we are going to use. What's our admin.py file. This is admin.py. You can manage your tables admin.py through. You can manage your tables here database table through. You can manage your database tables with DB browser for SQLite. Any way you can use this. But I'm saying all the ways, but you can follow which way you want, you can do it. But you must and should aware how to manage your tables in admin panel also. That's what I introduced admin.py today. And next, what is there? Models.py. Models.py file, already you know that. So this file contains the models of our web applications. Every model is called generally what? Class. Yes, this is class. Now this time it's not required, sir. Previously we represent string name through, but we have represent already through entire the table format. That's what it's not required at this moment. So models.py file is always represent models. Every model is nothing but what it is, a class. Okay. Yes, we can use JSON in Python. That is possible with API. Obviously, REST API context, I use JSON only. JSON is an open standard format. Yes, in the DJANGO REST framework, I used to handle with everyday JSON only. How to create API, how to test API, JSON format. We need to send the JSON data to the Python type to the database type. Again, if you want to retrieve the data from complex type to Python type to JSON type, that conversion is there in REST API with DJANGO. I'll show you that also. That is different framework. So models.py is there. It is completely model. And in the URLs py, you can create your URLs also separately. But before that, you can see views.py is there. So views.py is very, very important. View is the hero of the DJANGO MVT pattern. So view is compulsory required, sir. Okay. So now I'm introducing view. You just double click on view and they are asking create your views here. And if you want to create your view, so simply we can define the function based view. I'm creating my view name and always it is expecting request object return HTTP response. I'm sending request and HTTP response is required. But look at this HTTP response is what? That's what test cases we have to write here in this test.py. How to write means you have to create API and API code you have to write it and run test.py, and that this test.py file will communicate with API. API will communicate with the DJANGO application. You can see. If you ask me right now, I can't show every time, no, everything. Still, we have a lot of concepts. In the REST API point of view, I'll use test.py. You can use your test code, test cases, you can write it and test your project and test your API, everything we can do it. So everything we cannot show at this moment. Okay, every topic there is time. So once the time comes, obviously you will come to know all. So at a time, if you ask multiple means there is a situation demand, and according to that, you have to go with that. If you ask me test.py means should I create API now? Not possible, no. Without DJANGO knowledge, how we can create API? Without DRF framework installation, how we can create API? So you're asking question like that. How to write test cases here? I need to create API, I need to test here for you now. Obviously, it's not possible at this moment. But every concept, there is a time, there is a procedure, there is a situation. You have to wait for that. So now coming to this view section, views.py. In views.py, view is a Python logic, I said in my previous lecture in MVT pattern, model view template. Okay. So model represent database. Template represent the presentation. View represent Python logic. So how to write Python logic? Yes, my Python logic is v1. v1 through I'm sending request to the DJANGO server. In the return HTTP response, I'm taking HTTP response. But look at this, HTTP response is not coming. It shows in IntelliSense error. If you want to get this HTTP response, simply you can click on it, place mouse pointer on it, and there is a blue link is there. You can click on it. Automatically, the relevant namespace, relevant header files, or relevant library will be imported. If you don't know, you have to do this. But I know that how I can write it. So HTTP response read. So I can clearly know that how to import this from django.http import HTTP response. So it is HTTP response class. And what response you want, you can write it. This is my first view. To execute this v1, we need to set the URL, because URL through only we need to send request. No, but you can see what function you want to execute v1. URL through you need to execute means URL where is their project level URLs. Here we have to set the path. So the no name is required. If you want to give, you can give this my app slash. Now you can see views dot. What is your view name? v1. But look at this. These views are coming from where, sir? Your application. But you are in where, sir? urls.py. So how to make this views available to this urls.py? We have to import that. Import from my app, import views. So views gone, error clear. So the views are coming from my app. In this views, what view is there? v1. The moment when we start the server, you can see this DJANGO server, and server will wait for your request. Why? Because your request either it can be admin or it can be a my app. I am sending request through my app now. Now we got the result. This is my first view. But this is very small size. Do you want to increase the size for the response? And you can include this is in the H1 section, that is HTML, but it's not recommend to write here H1, but later I'll use separate template now. After reloading the server, and you can refresh the browser, automatically you can see this is my first view is executed. So this is about view logic, how to manage your admin panel, view, and URL section clearly. So you'll come to know on the flow more files clearly. So, but MVT pattern, mostly these files are recommended. View is important files, models important file, admin important file. In the settings.py important file, urls.py file, which is no need to concentrate at this moment, ASGI, WSGI, apps.py, test.py. Not required to concentrate. Okay, but we can do it, but in the rest, in the Flask, you will understand this remaining files. Apps.py means only application level configuration you want, you can use apps.py. But most of the configuration we can do with settings.py only, that is globally enough. In case if you want to configure specifically for your own application, separate application, then you can go for apps.py. So this is about how to manage administrative panel, how to create super user, how to write a simple view, how to work with the database related files in administrative panel in this session, which I explained. So this is just 4th session demo, and tomorrow also you have a session, and tomorrow is the last demo. After demo complete, you have to enroll for this course. If you really wish to continue my sessions, only if you enroll only, then we will send a new link for that, and also total PDF and video lectures, whatever I conducted so far, that I'll send to your Google Drive.
Sir, I have a question.
Tell me.
From my end means 3 years before I have taken a course of Durga sir about for DJANGO. So after that I gotten a job and I was working with another team. So right now I'm looking for a new job. So that's why I'm able to brush up my skill set with this Django and REST API. So what exactly it's new in this because this is I have attended today only. So what would is new in this curriculum, sir?
What would be the new in the sense? Django topics and REST API topics will cover.
Yeah, I have seen, and Flask also you have taken.
Yes, yes. Flask also I'm going to cover all.
Okay, okay. And one thing, sir, regarding that in this so we are using 3 or fourth version of Django. What exactly?
4.2.2. Latest one.
But okay, fine. Because why I'm asking that because in industry mostly we don't use latest version, right?
No, no, no. Latest version not. Industry stable version will be used. It is a
Yeah,
latest. Stable version is different. Latest version is different. Stable means I think 3 point change.
yeah.
Yeah. But this is latest one.
And the timing would be this 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., right?
Exactly. Monday to Saturday.
Okay, so
If you want get clarity, then you can please watch my 3 videos which they uploaded in YouTube channel in the recent playlist.
okay.
Django plus REST and Flask videos are there. You can continue that.
And sir, recording videos and notes are available, right?
Recording videos will send to your Google Drive, and that is lifetime access. And PDF complete Django PDF will be there. Complete PDF is there.
And because I have gone through the previous notes of Durga sir, some means models. I have an idea about Django, but I need to brush up. So in that within the I want to join this session. So within that session, so we would get clarity after the session, right?
Tell me.
Means I have some queries regarding the some Django part. So after before closing the session, we would have some 5 to 10 minutes. We can connect.
Yeah, you can ask any question. I can help regarding that. Not a problem. But if you learned 3 years back, means that was completely old and syntactical rules also changed. But you might be observed.
In the 3 years before, there was Django sir was using 1.8 version.
That's what URL patterns declaration was changed at that time. But this time is very fairly enough. It is easily to handle it.
So that's why because there was URL now path function is there and some syntactical changes have been.
Here also path is there. Path function is there, no?
No, but in respective of path in 1.8, I remember that URLs were there in the list.
Okay, fine.
Okay, fine, sir. Thank you. Thank you for
yeah. You can use the same link tomorrow, and after tomorrow, paid link will be there, and you have to enroll for this course if you wish to continue my lectures.
And so we will conducted one live project for both means this Django or Flask or REST API.
Django. I'll explain the projects.
And the REST API part also would be included in that manner.
Yeah. We can include REST API is integrated with Django. At any point of view, any operations API we can able to include the link through. We can run that. That's very simple.
And one support that regarding some Python doubt within this, if I have some queries, so I can answer.
Yeah, you can, no problem. Because so many of them, my students only in this batch, those who recently completed their core and advanced Python, they are continuing with Django and other things. You can ask any doubt, not a problem.
Okay, sir.